AJ is going to join us now, doing his usual, saying hello to everyone as he goes past. It's always great to see the big man. He joins us now, Anthony Joshua.
Yo.
Fresh from Dallas. When did you get in?
This morning.
This morning?
Yeah, about 6-ish.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Must be shattered.
Little like hour nap.
Yeah.
Fired up, you know how it goes. Living life tired half the time, working, grinding. So we're used
straight
to it.
back.
Wednesday. But work tomorrow.
Well, wait, I know how it goes. Well, I'm doing my weight cut, so I know how it goes.
Why are you weight cutting?
He told everyone about
I'm going
it.
from 205 pounds to 175. An 8-week fight camp just to see what I can do.
See what it's like.
Just to see what it's like.
How you coping?
I'm dying.
You know what? You got to do
I'm
the
really
sparring.
struggling.
You made weight, right?
Yeah.
Do you know, I respect these guys because imagine sparring when you're fatigued anyway. Imagine sparring when you're hungry, dehydrated. It's just...
12 rounds with Carl Froch, dehydrated.
That must have been easy.
Horrible.
Yeah, that's part of the camp. That's part of the camp that we're not doing. We're leaving that camp out. Dillian Whyte.
Yes.
An old nemesis, an old foe. We go again. It was interesting comparing that to how it was in 2015.
Yeah.
You guys are a bit more wiser, a bit more mature.
Is it?
That was interesting.
I can't remember the 2015 press conference.
Yeah.
They need to run it on here, right?
Yeah, we're going to run it in a bit, don't worry. It was...
Why is everyone... Yeah, do you know, it's a rematch. That's why there's a big comparison. But,
Yeah.
It's different. It's
Yeah.
definitely different. In my mind, I'm fighting a new opponent. Even though there was a previous history. It's like the first time we fought when we were youngsters anyway, like 18, 19. When I fought him in the pros, I didn't think of what happened years ago. So now I'm taking that same approach.
I can see he's buzzing for it.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Do you know what it is as well? I sometimes look at myself now outside of the box and I think this is a good time to express certain elements of talent. Because I'll be looking back in 5-10 years thinking, oh, look at that. When I was moving that footwork off, I wish I moved my head more there. So just do what I need to do.
Yeah. How has your opponent, Dillian Whyte, improved since that first fight, in your opinion?
Probably more experience with his catch counter. Understands his flaws, obviously. When you've been on the losing end, you understand your flaws. So that's more of an understanding thing. In terms of like technicality, I don't know how he's going to approach his training, how he's improving because he's with Buddy now. I can see he's doing the Philly, not the Philly shell,
like
the cross arm, the cross arm defense now, trying to protect himself. Ken Norton, they used to do it and all that type of stuff. So I think he's improving defensively. But he's like, what I'm trying to say is that from his mistakes, he's still like learning really. Yeah. But that's more of a mental thing, and he's still yet to put it into practice.
The camp, it's a good camp you're in as well right now, full of just special fighters. Yeah. What's it like though? Because you're used to a camp where you're the head honcho. I mean, this is AJ's camp. There are other fighters around it. That's how I wanted to hear. Still the head honcho.
What it is, yeah, is with the camp, I train alone a lot of the time, unless I've got my sparring partners in. So I felt like I never really needed anyone around me. And I don't know how to explain it. When I was in GB, of course, I was around a lot of other athletes. But even then, I would train towards the end of the day. So I kind of missed them anyway. So I don't know. It was just one of them things where I'm fighting. Why do I need to train amongst people? But there is like a small environment in Dallas, in Texas gym. Obviously different timings, but you're always going to cross over, right? Where I'm doing my wraps, putting on my boots, and one's kind of finishing on the heavy bag or sparring. So there is that environment where you're seeing certain techniques and certain people are doing certain things that you're thinking, I'm going to work on that now. Someone could be doing a high punch output and like you're feeling tired, as you do, in the heat or whatever it is you're going through. Then you realize, you know what, forget about it. That's my motivation today. He's done it. I'm going to do it. And that's the environment it creates when you're around top elite people.
There is a huge, I mean, you probably won't want me to talk about this, but the huge fight that may happen in December. Yeah. Looking at that fight, we've all been talking about, is this a big risk? Is this a necessary risk going into that fight? What's your take on that? How are you feeling?
Look, this ain't like, I could be here like, yeah, I'm going to smoke Dillian, I'm going to run through Wilder, I'm going to fight for the championship, but that's all like projecting a false narrative because it's not reality yet. Yeah. What my reality is I've got Dillian Whyte in front of me. Wilder, of course, that would be amazing. But I'm not waiting around. I could have waited, but I'm not. I need to stay consistent, I need to fight. I don't know what he's doing with his career. He ain't fought for like...
No, it's been a while.
It's been a while. 2 years.
Hellenius, yeah, 1 round as well.
One round, yeah. So I just need to crack on and do what I'm doing.
With you going into that fight with Wilder, and again, I'm not overlooking this, but would you want to get a KO victory here before you go into that fight?
Not necessarily, because my journey is unique to what I'm doing. Like, when you know boxing, when you watch it, one example, and I don't want to have to like pull out one of the best ever, but let's just, because everyone will know. Ali fought Fraser. Ali fought Norton. Foreman fought Fraser. Foreman fought Norton. It would have been like Foreman's 100% going to win because of the way he's dealt with previous opponents of similar. Yeah, that are similar. And, you know, it's on the night. It ain't about like what I do with Dillian. It's just what I do with Wilder on that night. Look at when Fury fought, what's that name? Safiri?
Yeah, Safiri.
Or Wallin. Yeah. Went 12 rounds with Wallin.
Yeah.
And then he went, what did he fight Wilder after that, or did he have one more?
He had, it was Wilder after that.
Yeah, so like, then he went out and took him 12 rounds, and some people say he beat him. I went 12 rounds with Franklin. Everyone's complaining. Fury went 12 rounds with Wallin. No one can, like...
I think it's because
I just worry about myself.
Your nature. I think everyone knows you want to get the stoppage. You want to get the stoppage.
It's because of me.
And people expect that. I think it's because of outside.
That's what I'm saying. People worry about me too much, though. Yeah. It was a win. The thing is, in boxing, there's a marketing ability, which is obviously the highlight reels look amazing. But away from that, when I'm in the gym every day and I'm training for 12 rounds and understanding the sweet science, how to pick an opponent apart, like understanding chess moves, fundamentals, I put them into practice in the ring. I can do it in the ring in front of a Jermaine Franklin, where I'm actually working on my fundamentals. I always felt like if you have to knock an opponent out within 1 to 7 rounds, you must be scared, because why am I rushing to dispatch of an opponent? I'm so comfortable in there. I don't mind spending 12 rounds.
Was you comfortable?
Yeah, that's my mindset. I'm working on what I need to work on. When it comes to the stage now where I've got the fundamentals, I ain't had like some long amateur career or had 100 fights behind me. I'm working. I'm a work in progress. So now, obviously, the nature is that when I'm knocking guys out, I started realizing, oh shit, when you get to a certain level, you can't knock out all these big boys. Everyone's tough. Everyone's got an engine. Everyone's got a chin. What else have you got in a locker except for a knockout punch? Can you stick behind your jab? Have you got defense? Have you got footwork? So I start trying to explore these other options. Look at the Ruiz 2 fight. I realize, all right, cool. What do you do? Art of war. Boxer versus a fighter. A boxer will always outbox a fighter.
So what's this, AJ 2.0?
It's just someone that's understanding the dynamics and the fundamentals of boxing. It's simple as that. Like, why? Franklin's shorter than me. Why am I going to go up close and try and have a scrap with him? And yeah, that's a mentality, and yeah, let's have it, but I live to fight another day today.
I think there's part of you that's going to have it, though, against Dillian Whyte. I think it's going to be there.
Of course, that's what I'm trying to say. If it has to, but now I know, let's say I'm at war and I've got a bag behind me. Before, I just used to have a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Now I've got reserves. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to load up my bag. I'm running to war.
I like that. Final one.
But that's just my opinion, right? That's my opinion.
I know you've got 100 different media obligations today. How good is it, though, to have a fight so soon? Like, one thing I've always said is like, I want AJ to be active. I've always said it. You're active.
Yeah. It is important.
You're active.
The divisions, it's messed up. Not for anyone's fault of their own, and also there are people that want to step up and fight, of course. But even the ones that want to step up aren't even fighting each other. So it's just a crazy place where the division is, where heavyweight boxing is. But it is what it is.
And the goal remains the same, to be 3-time heavyweight champion.
Yeah, definitely.
Love it.
That's like personal as well, you know. Like, I'm not even doing it for anyone. I'm going to do it my way.
Well done.
I think the division's changed since I've been champion, if I'm honest. Slow down a bit.
Well, let's speed it back up again, if you don't mind. Let's speed it back up again.